Tonight, let's talk about Joseph. And no, not the same Joseph most people first think about. Because when somebody says the name Joseph in the Bible, a lot of people automatically picture Mary and Joseph standing beside a manger in Bethlehem. But there's another Joseph in the Bible whose story is one of the most powerful stories about betrayal, forgiveness, and purpose in all of Scripture. The first Joseph lived in the Old Testament. He was the son of Jacob and Rachel, and he was known for his beautiful coat of many colors, a special gift from his father that showed favor. That coat wasn't just pretty, it represented favor. Joseph's father openly treated him differently than his brothers, and over time, jealousy started growing inside the family like a slow fire nobody wanted to talk about. Then Joseph began having dreams. Dreams where his brothers bowed down to him, and let me tell you, his brothers did not appreciate hearing about those dreams. Eventually, their anger became so strong that they threw Joseph into a pit and sold him into slavery. Rejected by his own family, dragged away from his home, taken into a foreign land. Most people would assume Joseph's story was over right there, but it wasn't. Even in Egypt, even in slavery, even in prison, God was still working behind the scenes. Joseph became known for interpreting dreams, and eventually Pharaoh himself called for him. Joseph warned Pharaoh about a coming famine and helped Egypt prepare for it. The same young man who had once been sold by his brothers became one of the most powerful men in Egypt. Then comes one of the most emotional moments in the Bible. The brothers who betrayed him eventually stood before him, needing food during the famine, without even realizing who he was. Joseph had a choice: revenge or forgiveness. Instead of destroying them, Joseph wept. He forgave them. And one of the most beautiful lines connected to Joseph's story is this: "What you meant for evil against me, God meant for good." And that's Genesis 50, verse 20. Now, that Joseph is completely different from the Joseph connected to Mary and Jesus in the New Testament. That Joseph was a carpenter, a quiet, faithful man, chosen to protect Mary and helped raise Jesus. Interestingly enough, both Josephs were protectors in different ways. One protected a nation during famine, the other protected the child who would change the world. These weren't just names on a page. They were real people with fear, pain, heartbreak, and faith, just like us. And God still works through imperfect people in complicated situations, even when the story looks broken halfway through. Thank you for spending this time with me tonight. Which part of Joseph's story encouraged you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you'd like, we can walk through more Bible characters together soon.